Well, retired Captain, United States Army, Bishi Johnson, joins me on the news for more on this. It's good to have you join us on TVC News at 4.
Yes, good evening, and thank you for having me.
It was supposed to be just a simple campaign rally. Interesting, or unfortunately turned into an assassination attempt on the former president, Donald Trump, and it resulted into the death of attendees at the rally. Talk to us about what you think about the political climate in the United States as we build up to elections.
Well, the United States, first and foremost, the assassination attempt on the 45th president of the United States and the presumptive presidential nominee of the Republican Party, Donald J. Trump, stands condemned. Political violence has no place in any democracy, be it in the United States or any other democracy in the world. See, in democracy, to vote without debate is perilous, but to debate without voting is also imbecile. So there must be debate. Now, the United States has always had this history, and it's not just United States. We also saw it in our own country, Nigeria here. Anytime there is election, the atmosphere is always very tense, as each political divide tries to exert their philosophies and their principles on the other opposing parties. So I am not surprised at what happened. There has been cases of political assassinations in the United States. They have that history. And so this is not coming to me as a surprise, considering what has been happening in the United States over the last 4.5 years since Mr. Trump left office.
From your own perspective, do you think this would impact, how do you think this would pan out for Trump's presidency?
Well, a lot of political pundits have said that, somehow Mr. Trump is going to benefit from what has happened, particularly with the picture of him, his bloodied face, all over the United States and even across the globe. But the election is still about 4 months away from now. I've lived through that system. I know that, the media is going to focus on it for now, but the election is still far away from now. All it takes is for one other incident to happen in America, and the media will quickly divert their attention from what is going on right now to that new incident. And so I don't know to what extent he's going to benefit from this in the long run, but in the short run, he may benefit from it, through fundraising and all the bombastic political rhetorics that we have seen coming out of politicians in the United States.
We've seen world leaders and particularly former presidents and even the president, as Joe Biden now, condemn the attack, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. We've also seen people say that at this time, particularly Mr. Trump has said that at this time, America should stand united. Even from the picture that you saw him say, mouth the words, fight, and, something to give his supporters some kind of morale. But what would you say? Because it seems that there are underlying issues that Americans do not want to really talk about, because you have a 20-year-old Thomas Crook now fire shots at the presidential aspirants for the Republicans. What would you say? How do you think Americans can address these underlying issues as it keeps recurring from 2020 to JFK to Reagan and now on former President Donald Trump?
You see, America is always a politically polarized society. You have people who believe strongly in their principles and they want to fight and die for what they believe in. But the bottom line is that, look, there is too much and easy access to military-style assault rifle in the United States. And this has been the issue, that because until investigation is done, it could be that this particular individual is one of those deranged individuals that had easy access to military-style assault weapons. And so this ongoing debate on Second Amendment and the right of the people to bear arms is something that America, like most advanced nations in the world, is going to have to come to terms with. The Republicans have made their argument that, look, it is not the weapons that kill people, it's people that use their weapons to kill people. But Democrats on their own had equally argued that, look, people only use weapons to kill other people when they have access to it. There is legitimacy in both sides of the argument, but the bottom line is that there have been too much unwarranted and needless deaths in America as a result of people, whether deranged or not, having easy access to military style assault rifles. So it's something that America is going to have to work on to be able to strike a balance of not infringing in the rights of normal people, not deranged people, normal people who can act responsibly when they have access to weapons, and those who are deranged, to ensure that deranged people do not have access to military-style assault rifles that can kill hundreds and thousands of people in a second.
Retired Captain United States Army Bish Johnson, apologies. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this. We sure do wish Mr. Trump safe recovery.
I also wish the former president a quick recovery. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you having me.